Namaste viewers. On the eve of Teachers Day, I am making this video for the teachers. So you can say this video is of the teacher, for the teacher and by the teacher, because I am a teacher. In this video, I will share 10 important tips which will help you to become a better teacher. So stick around. Now firstly, I would like to wish all of you a very happy and prosperous Teachers Day. This is an auspicious day for the teachers as well as the students. We celebrate it by wishing the teachers and staging various programs throughout the day. On this day, I tell my students, whole year you give me pen, P-A-I-N pen, and now you have come to give me P-N pen, and they laugh and we used to share a light moment. So there is a very good, cordial and harmonious relationship between the teacher and students. But sometimes this relationship get snapped. Some teachers lose their cool and whack the students, and the video gets viral. As you know, it's very pathetic things to see when the students get hit by the teachers and the video gets viral, and that gives me an immense pain, a lot of pain. So I am making this video to prevent this type of unfortunate incident. Those who are would-be teachers, that is they are now student in B.Ed college, and new teachers, those who have joined the schools, this video may be helpful for them. So sit back, relax and watch this video. Now, if you don't feel like to teach, if certain depression grips you, then do one thing. Sit down, have a glass of water and ask yourself why you wanted to become a teacher. Number one, is it for a simple business? Number two, do you want to become your own boss? Number three, do you want to become a celebrity? Number four, do you want to adventure out? Then number five, do you want to show a commitment? Number six, this is just for a legacy. Number seven, for any particular cause. Number eight, due to inspiration. Number nine, it is a hassle-free profession. But for your kind information, teaching is not a profession, but it is a devotion. Number 10, do you want to serve the nation? Now, whatever may be the reason, please do follow these 10 tips to become a competent and a successful teacher. Now, the teaching job is entirely a psychological thing. Now, what I am telling you, just follow in toto. Then I am telling you there will be no commotion between the teacher and students. First, give a perfect entry into the classroom. Wish the students good morning and make sure that all the students, they stood up. And there are some naughty boys in the classroom, they get drifted towards the last bench. Check them out, and if you are a B.Ed student, would be teachers, then as soon as the professor enters into your classroom, please stand up. Now you stand up, then after you become a teacher, then ask the students to stand up. Then have a quick browse over the students, check out if any person is sick or what. Ask them whether you are alright or not. Until unless students are ready to learn, you can't teach. So it is very important to check out all the students, they are fit or not. If somebody kept their head down, ask him what is your problem. If you didn't have your breakfast, you ask him what you had for the breakfast, and had he skipped the breakfast, so get the food from somewhere, better you take him to the principal, sir. Then take the attendance. This is your first and foremost thing. I am writing on the board. Perfect entry is very important. As soon as the bell goes, you enter into the classroom, wish the students good morning, check them out whether everybody stood up or not, then students are okay or not, then take the attendance. Then you start the teaching. Number 2, teaching. The process should be the stimulus and response type. Stimulus and response. Now, what is that stimulus and response? Don't start your topic, don't start your lesson abruptly, all of a sudden. To get the attention, to catch the attention of the students, put them some interesting question relevant to your topic, or tell them some interesting story, very short interesting story to get the attention. After you grab the attention, then you start teaching. And the teaching should not be the mundane chalk and talk type. Ask them the question. Again, you do one thing, you don't give the definition, you supply all the raw materials of the definition and ask the student to formulate the definition. As I have written over the board, to save the time, I have written over the board definition of photosynthesis. See, photosynthesis is a photochemical, biochemical, oxidoreductive process by which green plants prepare glucose molecule with the help of carbon dioxide, water and activated chlorophyll. Lastly, oxygen is released as a byproduct. So, supply all these raw materials to the students and ask the students to formulate the definition. By putting the question and taking back the answers, you proceed the class. Now, sometimes it is when the students number is very high, suppose 45, 50 students are there sitting in the classroom, it is not possible to follow the stimulus and response type, then you will follow, definitely will follow the lecture type of teaching, lecture method. Simply the students will sit passively and listen your lecture, but as and when you get the chance, you try to teach them stimulus and response, because you are putting the question and students are giving the answer. Putting the question and giving the answer from the, taking the answer from the student, it keeps the classroom dynamic. Question point number 3. Now, see, put thought provoking questions. As you know that questioning is an art, to put a good question is an art. So, develop yourself to put the good questions in the classroom. Then your question should be thought provoking. You may put this question, suppose you have painted green and you have made stand in the sun directly. Would you photosynthesize? The student will say, no sir. Then why? Because you don't have the chlorophyll pigment. Merely painting you green, you won't photosynthesize. You have to have a chlorophyll molecules. This type of thought provoking questions you should put to keep the classroom dynamic. Then always discourage the chorus answer. Chorus answer is very bad. So you try to remember the student's name and you call the name. Shamal, you answer this question. Vimal, you answer this question. Don't say you. It's a very bad thing. So it is very important to know the student's name, at least 10, 12, to avoid the chorus answer. This keep your classroom very much dynamic. Then point number 4. Number 4, if you want to teach Jack Latin, you have to know Jack and Latin. I'm coming once again. If you want to teach Jack Latin, you have to know Jack as well as Latin. That means in your classroom, you may find there are some slow learner in the classroom sitting. You have to identify those slow learners. It's not downloading some data from hard disk to pen drive. You are percolating the knowledge from your brain, it is going to the brain of maybe slow learner. So you identify the students, you know the your students, then you teach them. You take some extra time to teach them, try to understand their problem, analyze their problem. You maintain some good professional relationship, then ethical relationship and personal relationship with the student. Build up all these relationship with the students. I think definitely you will be able to teach whatever subject you are teaching in the classroom. Then number 5, inculcate good habits. Inculcate good habits among the students, because bad habits die hard. Now see, this is very interesting. The habit word itself is very sticky. It is very notorious. If you cut H, a bit remains. If you cut A, bit remains. If you cut B, it remains. So inculcate good habits and show the good habits. They will learn by following you. So the teacher is always a role model. So follow all these things. I think there will be no commotion at all with the students. Now number 6, evaluation. While setting the question paper, you always follow QAS. K for knowledge type, U is understanding type, A is the application type, and S for the skill. Set the question in the QAS model. K is knowledge type, whether the student is able to write the definition or not. So put some definition to check his knowledge. Then understanding type, give some descriptive question to check his understanding type. Then application type, give some difference between heat and temperature. So until unless a student knows separately about the heat and temperature, he won't be able to differentiate it. So if you give the differentiation type of question, you can judge his application has grown or not. Then skill. give some diagram. So your question paper should follow this model, quas type. Then each and every question must have the reliability and validity. Each question must have the reliability and validity. Now, what is reliability? Reliability means the question must fit into that age group. The question must fit into that age group. That means photosynthesis is in class 9, class 10 in some board, in class 11, in BSc and MSc. So, what type of question you are putting on photosynthesis? That should fit into that classroom. You are teaching class 9. So, the question should fit into that age group. This is the reliability. And the validity. The question must have the validity. What is the meaning of validity? It should test what it should test. It should test what it should test. It means when you are giving the descriptive type of question, you cannot judge the handwriting. Do not deduct the mark on handwriting. If you want to deduct the mark on handwriting, please write above the question paper, the marks will be deducted if for the poor handwriting. Then only you can deduct the mark, because you are judging the, suppose understanding type of question you have given, descriptive type of question. A student has written the answer, but handwriting is poor, and you have cut 1 mark. Immediately the commotion starts. So don't cut marks, because it is your question is judging the understanding type. You are not judging the handwriting. So it should test what it should test. This is also very important. Then comes the maxim of teaching. The maxim of teaching, number 7 is the maxim of teaching. There are 5-6 maxim of teaching, but most effective is you must proceed from simple to complex. Don't start with the complex first. You start from the simple to the complex. The best example is in physics, you start with units and measurement, then then speed, velocity, acceleration. Teach this topic, then Newton, laws of motion, then work, power, energy. All of a sudden, if you start with the work, power, energy, the student won't be able to understand. So again the commotion will be started. So start from the simple to complex. Units and measurement, velocity, speed and acceleration, the Newton laws of motion, and then work, power, energy. In this way you think about the teacher must be very much innovative. Point number 8 is innovative. How to percolate the ideas from your brain to the student's brain. It needs lot of innovation. Suppose you are describing a Cape buffalo. You keep on describing it, then they will figure out in their brain in their own way. Maybe it is parallel, rectangle or square or rhombic. Then as you show the flashcard, this is the picture of Cape buffalo. They will figure out then, oh, this is the Cape buffalo. Then you show some 3D model then 90% will be clear. Now, if you take them to the zoo and first hand if they see the Cape buffalo in the zoo, then their perception will be clear about the Cape buffalo. Then you can take, if you cannot take them to the zoo, take them to AV room, audiovisual room, take the help of computers. This can be done. So, teacher must be very much innovative. School is a miniature society. This is the society outside. This is the society outside, and this is your school. School is a smaller wheel inside the bigger wheel. This bigger wheel is the outer society, and the school is the smaller. The outer society is running the smaller society. In the outer society, you will find the professionals like doctors, engineers, professor, lawyers, maybe cobbler, maybe carpenter, and the school you will find principal, maybe teaching staff, non-teaching staff, drivers. In this way, all the professionals are present in the school. So, school is also a miniature society. So, it has got its own rules and regulation. So, being a teacher, you must be very cautious, so that you cannot, so that you don't bend the rules, because outside the society there are certain rules and regulations. Similarly, this school also have got the certain rules and regulations, because it is the miniature society. We are giving the finished products to the society. Students are coming in the school. The demand from the outer society is doctor, engineer, professor, lawyer. This school is making all these professionals. So, teacher is playing a very vital role to provide all these professionals. The smaller society is run by the outer bigger society. Then number 10, in the school, what is not important? What the student is doing is not important. What the student is telling is not important. Why they are doing it is very important. Try to dig out why they are doing so. Why they are shouting? Maybe inside the classroom teacher is not present. Why is not attentive in the classroom? What makes him not attentive in the classroom? Because he maybe skipped his breakfast. So, being a teacher, you must find out the reason why. What is not? Then you will find you have become cool down. So, this is my small effort to guide you all. So, I have depicted all the 20 points in our website sciencetechono.com, some do's and don'ts about the teachers. Now, I have just told you the 10 tips in this video, and rest you are mature enough to figure it out what I have written. So, if you have any question, so you can write in the comment section. You can give me the feedback if you got any question. If you any sort of your question regarding the teaching, you can give me in the comment section, because I was principal in DAV school. By the grace of Mata Saraswati Devi, I became a principal at the age of 33. So, you can ask me, put me any question in the comment section, and if you like this video, then hit the like button and to get notified, if you want to get notified as and when we upload the videos, please do subscribe and hit the bell button. So thank you very much. Wish you again a very happy Teachers Day. Thank you.